Hey everybody, it's Peter B. Today I want to tell you about a player. He was a big time slugger, led his league in home runs almost every year, held a record for total home runs for about 78 seasons. And he started out as a pitcher. He was a very good pitcher, but then he turned into a slugger. Do you know who I'm talking about? And it's not Babe Ruth. It's Buzz Artlett of the minor league Oakland Oaks. They were in the Pacific League. He was born in Elmhurst, California on January 3rd, 1899. He was the youngest of four brothers, and he also had one sister. The boys would play baseball all day long. In 1918, the oldest brother, Al, was on the Oakland Oaks of the Pacific Coast League. While Al was in spring training in Boy Spring, California, the whole Artlett family decided to take a vacation and watch Al practice. Early in the training, the team experienced a lot of injuries, a lot of aches and sores and arm injuries, especially to the pitching staff. The manager did not have enough pitchers available for the scheduled inter-squad game. Buzz was in the stands and volunteered to pitch. It was the starting team against the bench players. Buzz took the mound for the bench players and proceeded to mow down the season starting team. That is how he earned his nickname, Buzzsaw, as he tore up the opposition like a buzzsaw. The 19-year-old rookie was signed to a contract and went 4-9 for the last place Oakland Oaks in 1918. But the management was impressed with his raw talent. From 1919 to 1922, Artlett blossomed into the Oaks' best pitcher with an overall record of 95-71. In 1920 alone, he won 29 games while pitching 427 innings. Major League scouts were coming to watch Buzz pitch. Unfortunately, in the 1923 season, Buzz hurt his arm and could no longer pitch. The scouts were now scared to sign an injured pitcher. Buzz got tired of riding the bench while recuperating and asked the manager if he could play outfield. Since he was the best hitting pitcher in the league, the manager decided to try this experiment. Problem was, because of his hurt right arm, the right-handed batter Buzz could not swing right-handed. So Buzz spent hours in the batting cage learning to swing left-handed. He achieved his goal and continued to be a switch hitter for his career. That first year in 1923, Buzz, now an outfielder, he batted .330 with 19 home runs. Buzz became a switch-hitting power hitter, and the scouts started to come again. The only problem was he was a below-average fielder. In 1924, a scout from the Cardinals came to watch Buzz. He had a very bad day in the field. He muffed a lot of balls hit to him, and one fly ball landed squarely on the top of his head. The Cardinals scout decided he will lose more games with his glove than win games with his bat. In 1924, he even learned how to play first base, but was also below average fielder there. His bat, however, was continuously hot. 1924, he hit 328, 33 home runs. 1925, 344, 33 home runs. 1926, 382, 35 home runs. 1927, 351, 30 home runs. 1928, 365, 25 home runs. In 1929, he hit 374 with 39 home runs. Scouts would now come to watch the Oakland Oats and Buzz, but the Oaks knew what they had. They had a gold mine in their pocket. The price to purchase his contract was extremely high, and this scared off teams from hiring him. Early in the 1930 season, the Pacific Coast League was experimenting with night baseball. At one point, both teams cleared the bench over frustration of an umpire called Chad Burns' calls at home plate. Players were razzing from the bench on both teams over his bad calls. When the teams were clearing the field, umpire Chadbourne decided to throw Buzz out of the game. Buzz had not done anything different from the other players, but he was the one who got tossed. After that game, Buzz sought out the umpire to ask why it was him to get ejected. Without saying a word, Chasbourne reached over another Oakland Oaks player and hit Buzz on the head with his iron mask. The cut was just above the eye and all the way to the bone, and needed 12 stitches to close. Many witnessed this confrontation and testified in an inquiry from baseball that Buzz did nothing to cause that action. Still, both he and the umpire were suspended. Buzz also got to stay in the hospital because of his wound that was worried that he might lose his sight in that eye. Unfortunately, Brooklyn was looking for a power hitter to spark their lineup and had their eyes directly on Buzz. But they decided to redraw any offers given to Oakland, as a hospital-bound player could not help them. Buzz still could not get a Major League Baseball contract. Buzz finally was reinstated to play again. He caught fire and batted .361 with 31 home runs in his shortened 1930 season. Prior to the 1931 season, the major leagues revised the draft policy where teams can draft players from the minors onto their major league roster for a, quote, reasonable price. The Oakland Oaks decided they better lower their asking price for Buzz, or someone will sweep in and take him for a much lower price. So they sold his contract to the Philadelphia Phillies. Buzz played 13 years. This is about baseball cards. He played 13 years for the Oakland Oats, 1918 to 1930. What you're looking at is a 1925 Z-Nut. He pretty much had a Z-Nut card every year he was with Oakland. I have one here from 1920. Blank back, missing the tab at the bottom. With a very nice Z-Nut card of Russell Buzz Artlett. I also have this custom card showing him as an Oakland Oak. Not sure who made it, where it came from. With another nice Buzz Artlet card. There's his rookie card, 1919 Z-Nut. And he also had a 1912 Exhibits card. So Buzz finally gets the call in 1931. He was now a 32-year-old rookie. 6 weeks into the season, he was batting a league-leading .385 with 11 home runs. The Philly fans loved him. But then injuries started to occur on the base paths. He first hurt his leg sliding, and then later fractured his thumb trying to steal. Buzz ended his 1991 Major League season with an average of .313 and 18 home runs. His play declined after those injuries. So 1931 will be his only season in the majors. Started out on fire, but then injuries slowed him down. He still got a respectable .313 average and 18 home runs. I have this card. It's a custom card, basically the same picture of Buzz Artlet, blank back. There is, to my knowledge, only one card of him in the major leagues, and that's this one right here, 1931-32 Exhibits 4-in-1 W463-2. And Scott of Stooks Baseball and Curiosities. I wonder if you ever seen or you even have this card. This is a card I would love to have for my collection. Like I said, I think it's the only one showing him as a major leaguer. It also has Hall of Famer Chuck Klein, so it'll probably be an expensive card because of that. Well, that's his one and only, as far as I can determine, major league card. After, let's see, where am I? The aging Phillies decided to get younger. So they got rid of Buzz, and the Baltimore Orioles of the International League was happy to sign him. Artlet was now recuperated from his injuries, and he wanted to prove himself again. His power was back, and on May 5th in Buffalo, he hit for the cycle. Actually, it was 11 hits and 11 tries at the plate. A home run he hit was said to have sailed across the street through a window where the neighborhood ladies were playing bridge. On June 1st, he would enjoy a 4-homer day. On July 4th, he had another 4-homer game in the first game of a doubleheader. And in his first at-bat in the second game of the doubleheader, he hit a home run, making it 5 home runs and 5 at-bats. He had another home run that season. Home run, once again, traveled across the street through a window where a funeral was in progress. It is said that the ball rolled right up to the casket. The deceased happened to be a baseball fan. He played 2 years in Baltimore, In 1932, he had a 339 average, 59 home runs. In 1933, 343 average with 39 home runs. On July 5th, the New York Yankees played the Orioles in an exhibition game in Baltimore. The Orioles won 9-2 with Buzz hitting a home run in the third inning. And if you look at the picture, you see that Buzz was a big guy. He's standing right next to both Babe Ruth on the right and Lou Gehrig on the left, and he outsizes both of them. After the 1930 season, the new Orioles business manager wanted to also go on a youth movement, and Buzz was traded to Birmingham. After just 35 games, he was then traded to the Minneapolis Millers. And I'm missing a page. Sorry about that. I wrote all this down because I knew I wouldn't remember it. 35 games, Millers. Here we are. We're almost done. He played 3 seasons in Minneapolis. In 1934, he hit .319, 41 home runs. 1935, he hit .360, 25 home runs. In 1936, he hit .316 with 15 home runs. But injuries started to catch up with him in 1936. And that year, he just became a part-time player. But good news, Buzz married his second wife. He divorced his first, Vivian Johnson, who is the secretary of the Millers owner. He decided his playing time was over after the season, and he settled down with his wife in Minneapolis. He purchased a restaurant and bar and named it Artlet's Place. This is, once again, a custom card. I think it was Minneapolis Millers Greats. That's Buzz. In 1945, he's been retired now, he was elected to the Pacific Coast League Hall of Fame. In 1946, the Oakland Oaks held a 10-day celebration for Buzz at the stadium. Everybody still remembered his playing days from Oakland and loved him. The stadium filled every night over capacity. His career in the minor leagues total are 432 home runs, 2,390 games, 341 average, 604 slugging, and 200 stolen base. Buzz's 432 home run record stood for 78 years until Mike Hessman hit 433 in 2015. So that's Buzz Artlet, called, and deservedly so, the Babe Ruth of the minor leagues. Hope you guys stayed with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a fabulous Friday.